I wanted to be the craziest, uh, prove to the world that I'm the most confident guy who could do what nobody else dare to do.
For me, it was almost the same because I wanted to prove to the world I was the craziest and weirdest person.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
just and then
Mm.
also got into meditation because of, I had so much sexual desire. I wanted to like reduce my sexual desire. But that's also tied in with the creativity because part of the identity of being an artist is artists are, fuck boys. They're all like creative. Creatives are like always fucking around. It's not that because I read about that, a lot of artists are fucking around because I was like fucking horny so much. And but I was the horniness and the creativity really went together for me before. So that was just the whole package of like being a creative artist and like fucking a lot of girls, pick up and all that stuff. It was just like the same package, like fucking 100 girls in a year project. Just wanted to like keep pushing the extreme. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then got into
yeah.
meditation. Then yeah, and then doing retreats. And then I also was like, okay, what is the most mind fucking thing ever? But when I had the Big Bang experience, I was like, okay, everything that I did before, all this mind fucking thing, can't even compare to like this, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah. I'm so
and
interested in
now it's
that.
like I don't have any creative ideas anymore, actually. Like,
Hmm.
even though I'm still doing creative stuff, like my mind just does not go there anymore. Like I look at my old artworks, like just paintings and drawings of sculptures, or even some of the old videos of like my fucking videos, like David Lynchian kind of ideas. I don't have any of those ideas anymore, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting for someone who is kind of in the middle, where I have these ideas that the maybe my mind still wants to release, but there's also another part of me that is okay with it not being released, or is okay with just watching reality or the moment create itself.
Yeah, but then you realize that's actually the most creative thing ever. Like everything that you try to do with cranks, with art, my fucking even sex is like in the moment, in the present moment right now. It's like the
Mm.
universe fucking itself, creating itself,
Yeah.
reality creating itself, or your mind is creating this entire reality moment to moment, and you can't get any more creative than that. That's
Mm.
why for me, just filming things like right now, even if I just get my camera out and just film this right now,
Mm.
it's creativity. For me, it's creativity with a capital C.
Yeah.
And I'm just as a channeler. And also the part about the sex drive too, it's just like my sex drive has gone down to like almost non-existent right now. It's like I think for the last 2 months, I fabbed maybe like 3 times. Versus before I was fabbing 3 to 5 times a day.
Yeah. 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 Well,
And
you were
another thing
highly.
that yeah, and then when you said that right now you still have some creative ideas, it's like I remember when I was going through the path, I was still having personal creative ideas, but that was going into how to express the Dharma more and more and more.
Mm.
Like now the
Mm.
creative before when I had some creative ideas, it wasn't so much about expressing Frank Yang or expressing some crazy random surrealist idea just to mind fuck you and just to show you how creative I was. It was a means to an end to kind of express the Dharma in a more creative way. So there was still a little bit of like personal creativity in there when I was still going to the path. Even so, for a time for a few months, maybe a year after the beginning, there was still a little bit of that. But
Yeah.
now that completely disappeared. That not everything that I create now, it's just what's going on, or just the conversation between me and other people.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have anything to write about anymore. Like there was a phase where I wouldn't have that many creative ideas personally anymore, but I was having insights about the path. I was having insights about like emptiness or like meditation, whatever, and then I would like write them down
Mm.
in a notepad, expressing it, maybe post it on Instagram. But even that's gone. I can't remember the last time that I actually wrote any insights down.
Mm.
But I'm still deepening, but the part of the deepening now isn't about new insights anymore. It's about just the dissolution of even deeper conditionings. So there's not much to say anymore from me, except when I'm in a conversation, I have a lot to say, obviously,
Mm.
but I don't think about spirituality anymore, or I don't think about like creative ideas or art, anything like that.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty dramatic change, like internally in terms of,
Mm.
but the interesting thing is like I'm creating more now than before. actually. Like
Yeah.
I'm working, but then it's just completely effortless.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something happens with ambition as well.
Oh,
The
which is completely
yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Before there was before there was ambition on the personal level, of course, you wanted to like want everyone to see you, whatever, gaining subscribers. I'm sure you can relate to that. That used to cause a lot of suffering
Mm,
too. But
mm,
then even when I was going through the spirituality thing, even after the Big Bang, there was still some kind of inclination to want people to know about this, to want to share this, to want people to know that how awakened I was. But that slowly, slowly disappeared now to right now to zero. Like right now, when I express things, even though I'm still expressing, sometimes even more,
mhm,
doesn't hit it doesn't land anywhere for me. Like even if people say, "Oh, this is great. I'm having so much experiences." When I watch your video, I have a glimpse. Before that used to get me kind of hyped, but
mhm,
that slowly dissolved. Oh, now even comments like that don't land anywhere anymore.
mm. No.
Yeah.
So
So
the
I don't care if people like know about this anymore.
mm,
But that actually gives you more freedom to express it without any kind of personal agenda or any contractions anywhere.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, whatever is supposed to come out of you is coming out of you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is though, even before it's like that too, actually.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah,
even
yeah.
before all those things to like, I thought I was doing it to, you know, to my fuck people or to gain attention or whatever. But that's just an extra thought you're putting on top of reality that's already unfolding by itself. So even before, that's why people say, what am I going to do now without a self? How am I going to create without a self? How am I gonna do things without a doer? Actually, you never had a self, you never had a doer. You were doing all those things before. So right now, the only difference is that thought, I'm doing this, or that I'm in control is gone. That's really the only difference. But that insight would change how you create, of course. But if your natural inclination is to create, you're gonna continue to create. Like you too, like you're creating different things before, but you're still doing podcasts, you're still like creating. So I always say like reaching a natural state is kind of like just going back to how your body mind has always been wired before all this conditioning about piled up.
Mm,
If you stop creating after realization, that means that wasn't part of your natural inclination. So at the end, true nature with the capital T and R merges with the true nature of the person until the absolute and the relative, they destroy each other and become one in a sense.
mm. Yeah, I've heard you say something similar before. Let's say I have a big shift too, and then whatever is happening then is probably my natural inclination.
Yeah. And you probably get
but
better. Yeah.
yeah.